Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another cast. Guys, today I have for you not only a live game, not only on the newest patch 9.97, which adds so many cool features and so much cool shit, your brain can't even comprehend it, so I'm not going to waste my time telling you. Your little monkey brain would explode, so that's fine. You're just going to have to witness it firsthand as these two legends. Today I have a game between two legends, two gods of the trade of the TA Titans. Mr. Lemminkainen here in yellow, going core, vehicle plant first, and in blue, of course, race. It's hard to get this man to play. He has a family, he has a wife, he has kids. This man is so busy. He makes Elon Musk look like a slacker. So this guy, you can rarely ever get him on, but he is a legend. He's been playing it forever. I've already casted some amazing games, and I have to say, Lemminkainen has just been on fire today. I just, in my last cast, I revealed a spectacle of him in that 4v4. Absolutely crushed it. And was at 100 metal per second before the 20-minute mark. Somebody needs to slow this man down. Absolutely disgusting player. Absolutely unacceptable behavior. Lemminkainen making it look easy. And I actually just played against him in the game before this. He demolished me. I don't know how this man techs up so fast and gets to T3. I think Lemminkainen, of all the players in this game, is actually the fastest techer. He can somehow get to T3 so quickly, it boggles the mind. But this map, let's talk a little bit about the map. It's called Trench Warfare. And you can see that's because there are these trenches all over the map that do offer some terrain variations. Might create some interesting gameplay, but one thing Lemminkainen's been doing that's been very interesting are these early attacks. He brings weasels as scouts, and then he's got some instigators and a leveler. And I think Lemminkainen sort of sacrifices his early game economy to do this. But as I said, guys, this game is live. It's happening right now. I can't speed it up. Maybe you wouldn't want me to. I'm sure you want to watch all the action at regular speed, so I am spectating this game right now. I begged these two to play so that we would have an epic match, but I'm telling you, Race has his work cut out for him because Lemminkainen is truly on fire today. This man cannot be stopped, will not be stopped. Race, can he do it? Can he bring Lemminkainen's reign of terror to a swift and abrupt end? I don't know. God, Lemminkainen just looking so good today. I know I may be going on a little too much about it, but man, he's just playing so well. And nice round by Race. You may get this leveler. Yeah, good micromanagement there. Good engagement by Race. And speaking of an engagement, we've got a couple scouts here. It looks like Race may come out, or excuse me, Yellow may come out on top there. And can Race find this one little constructor that's building a little outpost base at the far south corner of the map? Lemminkainen. The harassment is real. Like I said, I was just on the receiving end of this. The thing that Lemminkainen can do that's so crazy is he's extremely aggressive early on, raiding your base and keeping you down. Keeping you down like the man. And then somehow, on top of all of that aggression, he can tech up extremely quickly and then just be on T2 and T3 before you even have a chance to breathe. I know I need to hop off his dick. I will do that. But can Race put this man into the dumpster where he belongs? That's what I said. Lemminkainen in the dumpster. Put him there. This This man is playing out of his mind today. So this is what I'll say. Between these two players right now, they've got different advantages. Lemminkainen's advantage... Now, let's start with Race. Race's advantage is he says he just woke up. So Race just woke up. He's fresh. That's what he says. He's ready to play. He's had a full night of sleep. And hopefully that means that he will be in tip-top shape and performance. Lemminkainen's advantage today is that he has been playing the entire day. This man is warmed up as he could possibly be, and not just because I've jumped on his dick for the past like 5 minutes of casting. He has just been playing out of his mind, and so we'll have to see which one of those states is going to be better, which one of those psychological states. Race just woke up. He's fresh. Lemminkainen maybe in the zone. However, Race does find a couple mexes that are undefended, so nice catch by Race. This is a decent amount of metal that Lemminkainen will be losing because he didn't build any defenses. Even a single missile turret could have protected that. So let's look at the eco here. As you can see, very even so far, and Race actually using it a little better. Race using all of his resources extremely well, so maybe Race being extremely awake and fresh could give him the advantage he needs to beat Lemminkainen in the zone, but I will say it's going to be tough. Race on 2 vehicle plants and working on his first K-Bot lab. And once again, this annoying Jeffy, which Lemminkainen will reclaim. So anyways, these two players, absolute legends. And I love to see this matchup because Lemminkainen is an incredible macro player. Typically, when you think of RTS, say something like StarCraft or Age of Empires, it's generally known that there are 2 types of players, what are called macro players and micro players. Macro players are the kind of players that are extremely effective at drawing the game out for long periods of time and then just crushing you with superior economic management skills, so they can just play SimCity extremely well while being able to protect themselves and offer enough aggression and dominance on the map to just crush you with superior skill and game knowledge and technical ability. Micro players, on the other hand, are players that they rely on their use of, you could say, tactical prowess, their ability to use their units extremely effectively in skirmishes and small engagements. They will often go for cheese strategies, try to win quickly. They know that they can't necessarily measure up to the late game skill of the macro players, so they will try to end it as soon as possible, but they're very good at that. They're very good at coming out on top and finding those entrances and exploiting their opponent's weaknesses. But the thing about both of these players, they're both macro players. Both of these guys love to take it to the late game. They love to take it to the those long brawls that go on for hours. And so this matchup is going to be amazing because watching these two styles, these two players have similar styles, and watching them, and this map is also huge. This is not like a 1v1 map. Actually, Race chose this map. I couldn't tell you why he chose this map. He must be in the mood to play a long game because this map is an absolute banger. It's not a map I would want to play in 1v1, that's for sure. You will get carpal tunnel after a single game, I guarantee you. Take it to the bank. Lemminkainen gonna have to probably send Race his hospital bill after this game because his wrists are gonna be broken. But nice job by Race here. Another thing about this map, guys, it's so open and it's so hard to defend all of your expansions. As you can see, Lemminkainen expanding like a maniac all over the place, but not really defending his expansions. That's one thing that Rock, as a player, is really good at doing. He expands, but he also does it safely so that it's hard to do this kind of raiding maneuvers that Race is doing so well after a full night of sleep. However, don't count Yellow out. He's got a leveler in the mix. Trying to get some own raiding done, but guys, just looking at the eco here, it's still very close. Race, tiny bit ahead, but nothing too catastrophic yet. The game could definitely go to the super, super late stage. The end game for my Avengers or chess fans. That would just be awesome. I would love to see some T3 action. You so rarely see T3 in a 1v1 between two players, but if any two players can bring us a T3 clown fiesta, it's these two guys. I am sure that they, more than anybody, would be willing and able to do that. So, again, because it's live, I can't speed it up. And maybe you don't want me to, because this game is very close. Lots of raiding happening on both sides, and man, Lemminkainen really skimping on the defense here. He's got plenty of eco, but no, not a single light laser tower to be found. Not even a missile turret. Relying almost completely on his mobile forces. Now, one thing that's a little surprising to me is that Lemminkainen did go K-bots. I can't mark the map because I'm in spectator mode. But, yeah. Race getting some really nice harassment done, finding those entrances there. The upgraded geos will offer modicum of protection, but this vehicle plant's probably going to go down. And Lemminkainen now bringing pyros into the mix. Oh no, he doesn't want to lose this geo. It's not quite done upgraded with those riot cannons. Poor Lemminkainen. He could be in a spot of trouble as he loses mexes, solar collectors, and maybe his mind. He's got to stop this flash from killing the geo. I think he will stop it just in time, killing that thing before it can really inflict the economic damage that could be so crippling. But as you can see, Race's base is looking a lot better, not only in terms of his expansion onto the map, which is quite impressive, but also look at all these defenses. Again, I can't mark the map. It actually is sad that I can't draw on the map like a child here and create all the wonderful drawings that I'm sure my viewers know and love me for. But one thing that's a little surprising, I don't see that Race is on T2. He could be building T2 somewhere, but no. Race looks to just be on T1. He is going pure production. He's going to try to crush Lemminkainen with a storm of flashes and javelins and probably peewees as well. So this is going to be an interesting situation. It surprises me that Race would stay on T1 this long, but it has served him well so far. At about 16 or 17 minutes into the game, Race has certainly made T1 work, but he already knows Lemminkainen is on T2. I'm sure he saw the pyros. So it is a little surprising to me, I guess, that Lemminkainen went T2 K-bots first on a map this big. But pyros are fast, and pyros both very good at raiding and defending against T1. So, but again, Race just really keeping this raiding pressure on Lemminkainen, stretching him to the breaking point. I'm sure Lemminkainen tired. It is 4 a.m. In our yellow player's time. I don't know where he lives that it's so late. This is an ungodly hour. No decent human being is awake at this time. Race really just picking apart Lemminkainen. Man, just keeping the pressure up. And Lemminkainen's style, so interesting here. So different from someone like Rock that builds light laser towers all over his expansions. You can see even Race doing this as well. It is going to be much harder for Lemminkainen to get this kind of raiding done. But Lemminkainen relying almost completely on his mobile units to act as roving bands of defenders. But Race now even building metal extractors on Lemminkainen's side of the map. And one thing I will say is that economically they're still somewhat close, despite the fact that Race has been raiding this poor guy the entire game, really keeping him from being able to comfortably tech up and expand the way he wants. However, the one advantage that Lemminkainen has, well, first of all, Lemminkainen needs to use his metal here. He's floating too much metal. Lemminkainen perhaps a little tired, and he needs to be using his metal for sure. It looks like he has a con stuck in the middle of his production, but one thing I will say is that Lemminkainen will start teching up his mexes to T2. He does it faster than anyone else I've seen. So once he gets on to a T2 economy, he should be able to keep up with Race, even in spite of the fact that his base not very well defended. And one other thing I will say is that Lemminkainen doesn't have any radars up, so it's going to make it difficult for him to even see what Race is sending. But man, I really like what Race is doing here. This man creating such safe expansion, so hard to well, I can't draw, but I'm so used to just being able to draw on the map, so I apologize. But imagine coming through here, you're going to get hit with those light laser towers. If you come through here, you're going to get hit with these. And just little smatterings of defense all over the map, making it difficult to raid. But compare that to Lemminkainen's base, and all he's got is just mexes galore and not much else. But once again, Race moving a construction aircraft all the way to the other side of the map to take Lemminkainen's mexes. Very, very interesting kind of strategy, and not even necessary. I mean, think about this. Like I can't draw, but he could take these first, right? Like all these are way closer to his base. He could take these. He could take these, but no. It's almost like Race is trying to make a point. He's trying to plant his flag on Lemminkainen's island. The true Christopher Columbus style. The man is trying to send a message. All your base are belong to me. And but hold that thought, because Mr. Lemminkainen, not content to just be on the receiving end of all this nastiness and harassment, bringing pyros up here. However, Race decently well defended, but these pyros are going to wreck the light laser towers. And can he get some of his own economic harassment done to maybe equalize some of the damage that has been done to him this game? That would certainly be an ideal situation for a yellow player. But you can see Lemminkainen already falling behind now economically, as Race's base is much bigger and more well defended. But Race, last time we checked, was not on T2. He is now on T2. And building some Panthers, as I said in my last cast, Panthers extremely good at that fast blitzkrieg style raiding. And now Race bringing fighters into the mix as well, using a construction aircraft to reclaim Lemminkainen's construction vehicle. I'm telling you guys, Race is trying to send a message. He doesn't just want to win. He wants to humiliate his opponent. The man has had a full night of sleep. He is absolutely ready, willing, and able to prove that he is the best of the best of the best, sir. Poor Lemminkainen in a bit of trouble. Race expanding, even on... I swear to God, this has to be psychological, because, like... Here's the thing. Race hasn't taken all this metal between his base and Lemminkainen's. Like, there's huge areas of mexes that could be taken. Any of these. But imagine if you're playing, and you're sending a construction vehicle on your side of the map, and you see, oh my God, my opponent has already taken the mexes on my side of the map. Like, if it was me, I'd just be pooping myself. I'd be like, oh my God, Race has already taken the whole map. Race hasn't taken the whole map, but it creates that illusion that, like, why is he on my side, taking my stuff, climbing in my windows, and snatching my people up? You know, and so now Lemminkainen's going to have to hide his kids, hide his wife, and also hide his husband, because Race, taking no prisoners, all kinds of shenanigans we're seeing here. I can't believe he's doing this. Just on Lemminkainen's side, and now with the fighters as well. This is just a terrible situation to be in. A single javelin doesn't make it through, and this thing already has 6 kills. Man. Oh, it just feels so rough. But Lemminkainen, he isn't taking this sitting down. He does have quite a few pyros. Guys, there's action happening left, right, and center. It's everywhere, so it's going to be difficult for me to keep up with everything. But you can kind of see on the mini-map, I guess for you, I mean, it may be difficult to see, but there's action happening at all different points. One advantage Race has, well, he's got a few advantages, but one big advantage he has is that he's got aerial control here. I mentioned in previous casts, the player that has aerial control, especially in a 1v1, will have a big advantage. Just taking control of the sky is extremely effective. And now Lemminkainen moving through with these roving bands of pyros, roasting everything alive, creating forest fires, creating all kinds of chaos and havoc in Race's base. But once again, Race is ahead economically, but not by much. It's still close. But this is what Race loves to do. He loves to get a lead and then crush you under the weight of his economic might and production as well. Lemminkainen will get a moho for his trouble, but here's the thing. Race with a scary looking push coming from the north that may cause Lemminkainen to buckle and maybe even collapse. Here's the problem with going K-bots. Yes, pyros are fast. Yes, they're good for raiding, but all the other K-bots, except for maybe the Freakers, are really slow for core. The cans are especially slow. The cans, great at defending, but it is going to take them a while to even get to the middle of the map. This attack from Race could be game-ending. Oh, however, a wonderfully placed Viper. This is the only defense I've seen Lemminkainen build. What an interesting style. I mean, I'm not saying the style is bad. Lemminkainen now in the air, building his own fighters, not content to let Race control the skies. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Lemminkainen's style is really interesting. Just building so few defenses, just expanding like a cancer, and even if Race kills his mexes, and he has killed them over and over, Lemminkainen just re-expands. Meanwhile, Race's base, decently well defended, much harder to raid. Very different play styles. But Race is still winning economically. Lemminkainen really upgrading his mohos slower than I would expect for him. Perhaps Race just keeping him on his toes. It is so hard to defend yourself on a map like this that's huge. And at 4 a.m. for Lemminkainen. I'm sure he's exhausted. Does he have what it takes to get Race off his back long enough to kind of stabilize here and build the what the people need? Moving through here with a couple raiders. The raiders will get some damage done economically, but again, Race has a respectable defense to prevent this kind of thing from happening. But now Can's making it to the front. The Cans are going to absolutely shrek these poor Rockos into the next life. Begone, thought. I never knew ye. Please exit stage left, sir. So, even though I felt like Race might win the game on this attack, Lemminkainen does get those Cans to the front. Oh, however, we've got an issue. Lemminkainen with an exposed geothermal. No defenses at all, and this thing is almost certainly dead. I'm sure Race will see it if he's paying attention. Is he paying attention? Guys, remember, both players are microing their little hearts out, but oh, this is really bad for Lemminkainen. He's going to lose a ton of eco here. There's no defenses. He is bringing some fighters into the fray, but Race has his own fighters. If Race is paying attention, he will bring his freedom fighters down here to stop this. It looks like he's bringing them now, so once again, Lemminkainen does stop this pressure, but Race is going to get this Geo for sure. Lemminkainen in a bit of trouble as his base just kind of starts collapsing in the middle there. Very few defenses, and it's difficult to defend on a map this big, but Race kind of showing us how you do it. You build some heavy laser towers, some light laser towers. You build some defenders here and there. You don't have to defend every single inch. You just have to create enough defense to stop your opponent from raiding you without taking any losses. Raiding you without any repercussions. And the thing is, Panthers, this is what makes them such powerful and effective raiding units. Not only are they fast, not only do they do a lot of damage, not only do they have a decent amount of health, but they have an anti-air missile, so they can defend themselves decently well. And Lemminkainen looking like he may collapse here as Race is just keeping the pressure on and preventing him from expanding at all. And it's, guys, it's hard for me to tell you how difficult it is to handle a situation like this, where a player like Race is just raiding you mercilessly. And the Panthers, certainly one of the best raiding units in the game for the reasons I just stated. Having the anti-air capability, man, it's extremely effective. And Lemminkainen, he's also been attempting his own raids, but they just haven't been as effective. With all of Race's defensive shenanigans, that, man, it makes it so hard to counterattack. Typically what happens in a 1v1, your opponent will send forces down and raid some of your base, but you'll kill their forces, and then you'll attempt, with your forces, attempt to counterattack. Because the player on defense usually has the advantage, and then they'll counterattack and try to get equal amounts of damage done or more. But Lemminkainen just hasn't been able to get the same sort of damage done to Race, because Race has done so well at kind of making it difficult or impossible to stop him. Cans are so slow, and they have walked in an assembly line all the way from Lemminkainen's base to Race's, but this geothermal now in a bit of trouble. He will die. It's unfortunate. But yeah, the cans are slow. As you can see, there's been a kind of an assembly line all the way to Race's base. But Race has enough defense to stop this, so once again, Lemminkainen's attempt at preventing the raiding from happening, or counterattacking rather, has just fallen short. Race really on his toes here, and even with fighters, the thing is, the cans don't have anti-air defense, so freedom fighters are going to be able to move around extremely effectively. Race just really putting on a clinic of how to handle a 1v1 on a massive map like this. This is, we're not watching Total Annihilation or Escalation anymore. What we are witnessing is Carpal Tunnel Simulator. You can buy it for $5 on Steam. I actually did find out that some of the community, I won't name names, but some of the Escalation community is not actually even using a legit version of the game that you can get for $5 on Steam or GOG. And that's not even when that's full price. You can get it on sale for like less than that, for like, I've seen it on sale for like 74 cents or whatever. But yeah, there are members of our community that won't even spend the dollar. They will pirate this game. Those kinds of people are wearing eye patches, and they like Johnny Depp quite a bit. You know, you'll always remember the day that they almost paid for Total Annihilation, but didn't. But that's just an aside. That really has nothing to do with this game. I just thought it was funny. I found that out today. We've got some modern-day pirates here. But my god, Race making it look easy. This man... absolutely disgusting behavior. Using freakers. What does one do against such reckless hatred? A nicely placed geothermal plant will perhaps stop that raid from doing even more damage, but oh my god, Race now with the fighter micro keeping Lemminkainen from really expanding. And now economically, Lemminkainen only making about half as much metal and energy as our blue player. So this situation, far from ideal. Race is just putting on a clinic. Look at his base. You know, as if it's not bad enough that he's expanded all over the map like a frickin' plague. The man has 3 Moho Metal Makers. I don't know why. He doesn't have enough energy to support this, but look at all of these energy storages. Oh my god. Race an eco god. And it just feels like Lemminkainen recreating the Battle of the Bulge here. Pushing through the middle, but he's just going to get surrounded, I think, by Race's superior army. And all these defenses. But, yeah. You can see that Lemminkainen is attempting... he is attempting with all his might to try to get some damage done to Race, but Race just not giving him an opening. He is just being relentless in both his attack and defense. And, I don't know. It could be Lemminkainen just tired. It is super late for him. But I would love to see these players play at both of their full power here. Because you can see the game has been really, really interesting. And close. Even with Lemminkainen being extremely sleep deprived. I may actually cast another one after this, because if anyone else will challenge Race, and I swear to God it won't be me, because Race would absolutely embarrass me. But anyway, if anyone is willing to challenge Race, for a game after this one, I may just end up casting that too, because this man is fun to watch. Really, I'd like to see someone beat him. Even EXE struggles against Race. Race usually wins. Not always though. EXE, you just never know what you're going to get. But Lemminkainen still with these counterattacks, attempting to get something done. But all he's doing is running into Race's defenses here. Kind of dying horribly. But yeah. Race still pretty ahead economically. Lemminkainen obviously on T2 vehicles and K-bots as well. Race working on his first fusion, but now he's on T2 air, and that may create Race being on T2 air could sort of spell the beginning of the end for this game. He's already building phoenixes. As you can see, those phoenixes are going to fly around the map and possibly bomb Lemminkainen into oblivion, as Race has a huge advantage at this point, just economically and in terms of his map position, even taking some of the mexes on Yellow's side. But I actually like that Lemminkainen is adding Manticore into the mix. The Manticore hybrid missile tank that will give him some protection against the Freedom Fighter spam. I will say Race making ARM look a little overpowered here. His use of Panthers in particular has been extremely effective. But man, I love what Race is doing here. He's turning on his Moho Metal Makers manually, turning them on and off as he can. This is just like in a game like Bar, your Metal Makers, they operate automatically, so you don't have to micro them like this. But this is what makes Race such a good macro player. He will use every resource. He won't waste a single ounce of energy. Look at his bar. Using everything. Nothing left over. Now on 240 metal. That could have just been he was reclaiming something. But whatever the case, Lemminkainen has a decent sized force in the middle. The issue... Oh, a nice aerial engagement on the east side of the map here. Lemminkainen does have slightly more, so he will win that particular engagement. Lemminkainen also going to T2 air now. But the issue is that Race is kind of dwarfing his eco here, and once again, just look at the map. The mega map kind of tells a story. As Race continuing to move down here, and once again, Race has more defenses on Lemminkainen's side of the map than Lemminkainen does. So this man, a little bit like the Borg, he will just convert you, and then he will convert you into his mecha religion, and then make it impossible for you to effectively counterattack. Remember, the Borg would become immune to enemy weapons after they were hit by them a couple times. So Race really on the Borg strategy here, taking no prisoners, converting everything. Like I said, all your base belong to us. Lemminkainen with a counterattack. But I think a Geo just exploded. That's where the map was shaking. Maybe there was a Geo here somewhere. Something exploded. But yeah, man, Race at full power. Quite a sight to see, but we cannot count Lemminkainen out just yet. The game is close. Still possible for Lemminkainen to win. But if he's going to win, he's got to get something done with these attacks. He can't just continue to be on the receiving end of all this pressure. The map is so big, it's super difficult to effectively harass your opponents. Yeah, I'm just not sure what to say. Place now with so much metal, he can't use it. 300 metal per second at that moment. But yeah, Race making Eco look easy. Absolutely overwhelming you, and a nice concave. I wish I could draw. I would draw like a... making a nice concave around Lemminkainen's forces here to prevent them from being able to pass easily. Getting a good flanking position, bringing more Zeus down. Zeus and Rockos, and of course some well-placed sentinels. Lemminkainen has to be getting frustrated. Everything he sends is just so ineffectual. It just feels like he can't get anything done. Every attack is thwarted perfectly. But he is sending more. The fight isn't over just yet, as the battle continues to rage. This is where most of the fighting is happening, but Race with his own little counterattack as well. Some Panthers and Flashes. I don't think it'll get too much done. Yellow is in position with Manticore, and the Manticore will be a decent counter to Panthers and Flashes if microed correctly, but problem is he doesn't want to let Race into his main base here where all his production is. It'd be better if he could hide what he was doing. Knowing is half the battle in Escalation. It is really good if you can keep your strategy hidden, keep your opponent from knowing exactly what you're up to. Lemminkainen attempting more harassment, but hold that thought. He's got a lot of rapiers here, and Lemminkainen, this looks like an act of desperation to me. Lemminkainen maybe wanting to just end the game, maybe trying to catch Race off guard and just kill his commander. But there is a flak right here. I don't think this is going to work. I don't think this is going to accomplish too much. Yeah, Race says I had the feeling. Race was ready for that eventuality, and he did build a flak, as well as tons of defenses. Again, Race has just been prepared for everything, and again, that felt like a bit of desperation on Lemminkainen's part. It felt like maybe he was trying to win the game through a sneaky rapier attack, because it does start to feel a little desperate for our yellow player, as Race has so much of the map, and not only does he have so much of the map, but it's so well defended that it feels like he has a chokehold on the map. I mean, just look at the amount of units just streaming out. Now Race moving to T3 to add insult to injury. This man clearly is well rested, and he must have eaten his Wheaties this morning. Lemminkainen, man, this situation is just exhausting, I can tell you. Like, trying to manage all of your eco on a base like this and your defenses. Lemminkainen really hasn't built many defenses. He's mostly just relied on his mobile armies to protect him. I will say his ability to stop Race's bombing run as T2 bombers was impressive, so Race won't be able to accomplish much with that. But I don't think that really matters. Race now on almost tripling Lemminkainen's metal and energy per second. I mean, it's a little bit disgusting. Just the amount of resources Race has, and this is what makes Race such a fearsome player. Because it's not like Race just texts a T3 and then leaves an opening for you to kill him. Race will tech to T3 while swarming you with units on all sides of the map, and just make your life miserable. And then on top of that, tech to T3, so Lemminkainen building the rapiers that could help him defend. Sumos as well. But man, what a game, what a difficult situation, I can tell you. Lemminkainen really hanging in there like a champ. I'm sure I would have died about 20 minutes ago in this situation. I just don't have the ability to expand and protect all my expansions on a map like this. It's so hard. Like, it's hard to explain. It's like you've got, say, like 10 different construction vehicles moving out at different angles. Not only do you have to take all the mexes, but you also have to build the defenses in the correct places. It's like just the amount of clicking becomes a bit overwhelming at some point. Like, your brain just starts to melt, because part of being a high-level player in TA, like there's a skill. This isn't just TA, it's most like RTSs, but there's a skill that's really important in this kind of game where it's hard to explain, but it's like holding multiple things in your head at the same time. So you've got to remember all the different parts of the map that you're trying to expand on at the same time, and also remember, like, oh, okay, I'm going to do this brawler attack, and oh, you know, I'm going to expand a T3, and going to build defenders everywhere, and like you kind of have to remember what you're doing and keep that all in your mind simultaneously, and then kind of bounce between all those different projects. That's almost as important as micromanagement, is just kind of that multitasking. Like, you really have to be an expert at multitasking and remembering everything you're doing all at once. And like that can just get exhausting, because like once you have so many tasks in your head at once, you just start to forget things. It just becomes difficult to remember everything that you were doing. And then, you know, eventually you just start collapsing because you just get overwhelmed. It's actually better for a player that can't multitask very well to just focus on one thing and do it really well, rather than try to split their consciousness in all these different directions. But Race this game, king of multitasking, as you can see. He's got his finger in a lot of different pies. Lemminkainen doing what he can, but look at just this endless waves of units. It feels unbeatable, even with cans, and cans are extremely good in this kind of situation where you're just defending. But Race even making the cans look pretty useless. Sumos will be a little bit stronger even than cans. And he does cut this force in half. But the problem is Race gets a lot through. And there's some down here as well. And Lemminkainen just doesn't have the defenses he needs. He has one immolator. That will do a lot. But can it stop all of this? This is a well-placed immolator. I will say this is pretty ideal placement. Even using the Moho as kind of a shield there. And he almost had the second one finished. That would have helped a lot. But, yeah, man, Race in top form. Anyone would struggle to beat him. Even Harold, I think, would struggle this game. Play against Race after a full night of good sleep. Immolator roasting everything it can, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Yeah, Lemminkainen will tap out, and I think it was just a matter of time. Race dwarfing his economy all over the map, and now on T3 as well. Oh, it was just going to be kind of a slow descent into madness for Lemminkainen, I'm sure. Probably just wants to go to bed. Looks like he may have left the game already, so what an incredible game by Race. Really showing how to handle a map. This isn't even a 1v1 map. This is more like a 3v3 or 4v4 map. But Race showing how to play a map like that expertly. So guys, well done by Race. If he plays another one and someone's willing to challenge him, and I swear to God it won't be me, I'd love to cast it. Alright guys, thanks for watching this, and I'll see you in the next cast.